Take us through the emotions of the hug outside the locker room with John Lynch and just what it was like in there and what you're feeling.
Yeah, it was. Like you'd imagine, it was tough, but hell of a game out there. I mean, it's a good team. Tip your hat to the Rams, but yeah, it was an emotional locker room, like you'd expect. But it's it's a tough one.
Jimmy, a lot to be proud of this season, especially this week. How did it feel to have your teams talk about you that way and to be able to lead your team to an NFC Championship, even though everything is happening behind the scenes?
Yeah, I think just I love this team. I've said it before to you guys, but just everything we've been through, starting with the off season into training camp. I mean, it was a roller coaster every year. It really was, but we fought through it. I mean, good teams. We're a resilient team, and that's what good teams do. You fight through things like that and come out better on the other end from it.
Jimmy, you've been very on really well the last 2 days for sure. What happened in the last two series? You have a delay. You have obviously the interception. What was going on in those last two series?
Yeah, just some bad execution. It just didn't work out the way we wanted it to. I mean, there's a million things. I won't get into all of them, but that's a tough way to end it. Especially just the way we battled that whole game. It was we knew it was going to be a dogfight. It always is against these guys, and it's a tough one.
Jimmy, you've been very honest about how any of these games could be potentially your last one with the Niners. How much do those emotions seep in a moment like this?
I mean, they hit pretty hard in the locker room. I think these next couple of days they'll really start to settle in a little bit. Emotions are high after a game, win or loss, and it's just it's one of those things you got to be glad it happened. Just smile from it and think about the good things. We'll see what happens in these next couple days, weeks, whatever. But I love this team. Just the fight and the battle in this team throughout the entire year has been really impressive, and I love those guys.
You know how difficult it is to get to the Super Bowl. How does this feeling, this loss, compare to anything you've experienced in your career?
It's tough. It's tough. It's probably a little different than most of them. Just how much we put into this year. Guys. Since the last time we played the Rams, the injury list that guys have played through during the playoffs this run, it's insane. And I'm sure every team's going through it, but you just when it's your team and you're in it with them, you see it firsthand. Just guys battling through stuff. Trent Williams, Elijah Mitchell, and the list goes. Deebo. The list goes on and on. It's impressive what we accomplished, and obviously it came up short, but it was a fun year.
George mentioned just how the Rams would blitz through certain guys when you guys would go in motion to stop the run game. Did you notice anything that they were doing differently this game? And then my follow-up would be, what did you think about the 4th and 2 decision to punt?
Yeah, they had a couple new things, new tweaks in the run game. Coverages were a little different too, but I mean, when you play a team for the third time, you got to expect something like that, and it worked pretty well for them. What was the second part?
The decision to punt on 4th and 2. How do you feel about that?
That's not my decision to make. Whatever Kyle decides, it's his choice.
Jimmy, how did you just manage? I mean, the fact that there's just an expectation that there's a ticking clock. That this is your last year, and you go through all. How did you just manage that day to day and week to week?
I don't know. I don't know. A lot of good people around me. A lot of good people in this organization, players, just people in general. But just surround yourself with good people, and good things will take care of themselves. Say it again, sorry.
How unique and special is this roster?
It's very unique. I'm sure every team, kind of says that a little bit, but when you meet these guys and get to know them, love them like brothers, it's a great group. It's a great group. Love being with them every day, battling, fighting, going to war with these guys. It was a fun year.
Deebo had a couple of good, really nice big plays, but how do you feel his effectiveness overall and how he was used by the offense today?
Today? I thought it was good. You tip your hat to that guy. His conditioning is outrageous to do what he does. Kickoff return, running back, receiver, everything. He had an incredible catch and run today on that screen. I thought he played his ass off. He has all playoffs, all season. Just he's one of those guys I love to have in my foxhole.
You said last one, said it was a fun year. Is that just basically based off those last 3 wins, kind of really exemplified that, how you guys pulled it out? I mean, nobody was really necessarily expecting it.
Yeah, that's kind of our year in a nutshell. We were 3-5 at one point. People wrote us off. We just kept fighting. It's what good teams do. It's what tight brothers do, and I got no regrets from this year. Thanks, guys.
Was comforting you after the game. What did he say to you?
To be honest with you, I don't even remember. I was so upset and kind of really wasn't paying attention, but I'll chop it up with him later on.
You said you're upset. How would you describe your emotions and just what the team's feeling right now in the locker room?
I mean, I know for me it's really tough, and for everybody else, because, you know what I'm saying, we left it all out there and we just came up short.
What was happening when you were down on the field and like the Rams and the 49ers players started to talk at each other, and then you got up very sort of purposefully, and you seem to be sending a message that you're not going to get knocked out of this game?
So what happened was the dude hit me in the chest, kind of knocked the wind out of me, but I really wasn't paying attention to what was going on behind me. I was worried about, like, catching my breath, and, I got up and I was fine, so that's the only thing I was worried about.
How special is this locker room and roster?
I mean, it's crazy. I can talk about every player on this team, but, you know what I'm saying, it's just a brotherhood that we have here. It's amazing to be a part of this team, and all the guys, like, nobody having no problems with nobody. It's just a big brotherhood here, and I love it.
Deebo, you spent a lot of time on the bench after the game. Saw you sitting out there. What was going through your head?
I mean, the only thing that was going through my head is we just lost the game.
Did it take a while to form that brotherhood? Everybody talks about that. It seems like all you guys do get along well. Where did that stem from, and how long did it take to get there?
I think for me, when I got here my rookie year, I just, felt like it was a brotherhood there, and then just growing for the past 3 years, just getting closer with everybody.
Deebo, you've been to this stage now 2 of your 3 seasons. I mean, at what point do you kind of look ahead and feel good about 2022?
I mean, we're not worried about 2022 right now. We just, we got to get this one behind us. Hopefully have team meeting tomorrow to get everything out the way, and we're just, everybody just part their ways, get ready for the offseason, just come back ready to go.
What do you make of Jimmy Garoppolo's season and just how he handled the circumstances that he was?
I think, me personally, I think Jimmy, played very well. Played, left it all out there for the team. Came back through injury. I mean, a lot of guys say Jimmy this, Jimmy that, but this team, loves Jimmy to death, and we're all behind him.
Can you convey what it was like, what the emotion was like on the sideline when Kittle scores that touchdown and you go up 17-7? Obviously, there's a whole quarter left, but it seemed like you had all the momentum on your side at that point.
What are you asking?
What was the feel like on the sideline? Was it confident?
I mean, once you're up 10 points and going to the fourth quarter, I think you should have confidence.
How long do you think you'll stew about this game and then get back to being, going in football?
Say it again?
How long do you think you're going to stew about this game, about losing it, and then getting over and getting back to football action?
I don't know how long it's going to take everybody, but it's going to take me a little while. But, we got to get over it. We can't take nothing back and just get ready for next year.
As the season went on, and especially in the playoffs, did you feel as if you were the focal point of defenses that, they were, we have to go out and stop Deebo Samuel. That's our number one.
I mean, in my eyes, you got to stop everybody.
Thank you, Deebo.
How difficult was it for you to put yourself in the position to get out there and play today?
Very. Really difficult, yeah. I was, there was a lot to deal with, but, I just couldn't imagine missing this game, so I just tried to do everything I could.
What are your emotions right now after a game like that?
Obviously we're disappointed, but I'm so proud of this team, man. They overcame a lot. Everybody, wanted to write us off when we was 3-5. We finished last place last year, and here we are, a couple minutes away from having a Super Bowl trip. So, I'm proud of this organization. I'm proud of this team. Overcame a lot of adversity. We stuck together, and, we came up short, but, we had nothing to hold our head about.
Was there any time tonight where you thought maybe not, in terms of being able to finish the game for you?
Yeah, a couple times.
In the second quarter, Deebo took the big shot and was down on the field for a little while. And it seemed like there was some tension between the two teams at that point. What was going on out there on the field?
I mean, it's always tension, man. We two, rivals and, playing for a bid to go to the Super Bowl, so it's always tension.
But not usually when someone's injured. That's usually a sort of a time when teams go to their respective corners. What was different about that one?
I don't know. They going, people talk. It's football, man. They're not taking any of that personal.
This team had finished so well, at least certainly the last 3 games. it seemed did it feel a little scattered, especially the last two offensive series? There was delay, there was a lot of different things going on there.
I don't know. I didn't feel scattered or anything. We had our back against the wall. We had to march the field, and they knew what we had to do. We had to pass the ball, and that's a difficult world to play in, and that's why we always want to stay at like a balanced offense. But they did a good job by making us kind of have to switch up and not be as committed to the run, especially late. So, hats off to them.
What were your initial impressions of why you couldn't get the run game going today?
I mean, they flooded the box. They kind of a couple of times they brought in the extra D linemen. They obviously, man, when you're 49ers and you're known for coming in and running the ball, we've really marched the ball up and down the field in the run game on this team the last 6 times we played them. So, with the type of players they got, you can't imagine that they would come out and continue to get beat by the same scheme. So they switched it up a little bit. Kudos to them. It's football.
What do you think about Jimmy Garoppolo and how he handled the season given the circumstances?
I think he handled the season amazingly. Nobody wants to be in the position he was put in. But you couldn't tell, man. Jimmy is a class act. He handled himself professionally every day. I'm proud of him, man. He's a brother for life.
Last week you said you felt like you guys were always in control of the game in Green Bay. Did you guys feel like you're in control of it today?
Yeah, we didn't feel out of control. Obviously, they started to kind of move the ball a little bit. A couple of drives, they did a good job by keeping us off the field and, managing the game and kind of controlling the clock. So, like I said, hats off to them. But, no, I never really felt like it was out of control. I always felt like we had a chance to go down there and take it.
How do you deal with the season ending like this? Do you go back and watch the tape immediately? Do you take some time?
Yeah, I'm going to watch the tape, and then I got to take some time to heal. And, this is just going to gas tank for more fuel during the offseason to bust my butt. And, hopefully I can come back better than this year.
As you look ahead and trying also do try to get ahead to the 2022 season, and what you guys can do there?
Yeah, of course. This organization, man, we got a lot of trust in the way they do business. Like I said, they went to the Super Bowl in 19, had some injuries last year, finished last place, and then, this year we came right back to where I think we were supposed to be. So, I'm going to worry about myself and becoming back a better Trent. And I know that Cal and John and the Yorks, we're in good shape, So I'm not going to worry about that part. I can only worry about myself.
What can you say about the resiliency of this team after being 3-5 and getting to this point?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the beginning.
I said, what can you say about the resiliency of this team just having been 3-5 and then getting to this point?
Yeah, I think it speaks volumes. I think we put that on tape all year. Not even just a 3-5 start. This locker room has been through a lot together. It's made us become closer as a team. I'm proud of this team, man. I really, obviously it sucks that our season has to end now, but, from coming from where I come from and, I don't really think I have anything to hold my head about, especially not, being a part of this organization. It's a blessing, and, we'll be back next year.
What kind of recovery does the ankle need? Will you need any surgery?
Hopefully I didn't make it any worse. So, hopefully it'll just be something to take, probably take about a month off to have to heal just so I don't have any lingering issues. But, it's football.
But not anticipating any surgery?
I'm not anticipating it, but we'll see in the morning, man. Once all this stuff wear off and we see what we got.
Was it a high ankle?
Yeah.
From a 1 to 10? From a 1 to 10, how bad is it?
That's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
On 4th and 2, are you lobbying to go for it there, and what do you make of that decision process?
Nah. I think we tried to draw them off sides. Obviously, they didn't fall for it, but you can't miss a chance to, and especially in a game like that where, we playing for field goals. Field goals really can win the game. So, no, I don't think that. I would have kicked it. I would have punted it and honestly tried to pin them back. I thought that was a good decision.
Because you went in motion on third, did you have to sit out on fourth no matter what?
Yeah, if they didn't challenge it and lose the timeout, I would have.
You mentioned about being proud of this season. What can you be proud of today?
I can be proud of this team. I can be proud of, the perseverance, how we, overcame adversity, and, how we played our way into a chance to get into the Super Bowl. And that's what every team in this league is all about. And, we were extremely close. So, like I said, I have no reason to hold my head. We'll be back stronger next year.
I appreciate it, guys.
Thanks, Drew.
Make it even more challenging knowing that it might be the end of Jimmy Garoppolo's tenure.
Ooh, diving right in. All right, Jennifer. A lot of unknowns. Yeah, it's not fun to think about. Kind of more just processing losing a game before the Super Bowl, which isn't a lot of fun. But I'll get to those emotions whenever they come.
You guys touched on go up like 10. What was the feeling there? What was the sense of the team?
Confidence. Very confident in our team. We have a top 3 defense. The Rams did a hell of a job. They got the ball out quick all day to their guys that made plays. We were very confident going to that. They answered quick, and then we didn't answer back-to-back drives, and they got the win.
What was the difference running the ball this game versus the 2 previous ones against them?
I think without watching the tape, biggest thing I noticed is every time we did any of our motions, they just started blitzing through all the gaps. They just sit their linebackers downhill, or if they were in man coverage, safeties would just blitz through if they were guarding me. Makes it kind of hard when they have 9, 10 guys in the box, and just makes it difficult.
George, does this feel any different from that Super Bowl loss, the kind of emotions that you feel?
Yeah, losing the Super Bowl sucks probably a little bit more. Haven't really had a chance to process this one yet. But I will. But hey, football is a game of the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. And just how you get out of it.
George, last week you guys talked a lot about being calm throughout the game and always finding a way to win. What do you think happened today? Did they take you guys out of that zone?
No, I don't think so. I felt very calm the entire game. I still felt confident. The drive with, 6.5 minutes left, we went 3 and out. I was confident then. I felt we were calm. Next drive, same thing. And then they just made really good plays. Like I've been saying, the Rams are a team full of talented all-stars. They got superstars all over the field, and their guys made hell of plays.
The missed interception in the fourth quarter was a key play. How deflating was that to the team when you saw that happen?
It's disappointing, but it's not deflating. I think I don't even want to use deflating. I have confidence in my team. I expect my guys to make those interceptions. I expect guys to make tackles. We've had dropped interceptions before, and our defense came right back and had 3 and outs. So, is it disappointing? Sure. I know Kowalski probably feels terrible, but we have his back, and football happens. I dropped a pass last week that could have been a touchdown. It's football. Stuff happens. Like I said, I have confidence in our defense. I thought they would get a stop, but, the next play was a 30-yard gain with a 15-yard penalty on top of it. It's quite the swing right there. And like I said, disappointing. Is it his fault? Goodness gracious, no. He played a good game. He had a tackle right before halftime against Green Bay. That is probably the reason we were even in this situation. He chased down a running back for 40 yards away. Like I said, we all make mistakes, and that one was just probably highlighted. But, I don't blame him at all.
George, with all that you guys have been through this year and maybe even before, what does it say about the resiliency of this team that you got to this point?
I've never been a part of a football team that's gone through so much adversity. I remember, I think we were 2-4 or 2-5, 3-5. And every time I got on social media, everyone's telling us that we should fire Kyle, bench Jimmy. We got to change everything up. And it's just, it's a kudos to our team and our organization for just fighting and going back to work. And, there wasn't a whole bunch that was wrong with us. We were just turning the ball over, and we just fought through all that. And there were a bunch of highs, like I said, and we lost a couple games, so I wish we wouldn't have. But this team was gritty and salty and got us to the NFC Championship game, and then we just didn't make enough plays today, and we gave them enough chances. And like I said, they're a team full of superstars. And if you give a team full of superstars enough chances, they're going to win the game.
You were getting up slowly in the Green Bay game in the second half there. Now that the season's over, can you say whether you've been dealing with something these last few games?
I've been dealing with shit since week 1, but, excuse my language, it's football. You just deal with it. And I'll just say it was a lower body injury, that NHL life.
George, last one. Can you put your finger on what went wrong the last 2 possessions? It seemed like there were some self-inflicted wounds there.
I haven't seen the tape yet. I don't know. No, we didn't protect well enough, and I don't know if we got open for Jimmy. all I know is I turned my back and Jimmy's scrambling for his life, so I don't know what happened. But like I said, I'm confident in my team. I'm confident we were going to make those plays, and we didn't. And doesn't knock my confidence at all. I think we have a fantastic team with fantastic players and fantastic coaches. And, just like I said, football is the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, and sometimes you just get kicked below the belt.
Thank you, George.
See you guys.
Hey, faithful, don't forget to click here and subscribe.